going on, guys? It's your girl Lala coming at you. We are here with episode 2 of the Challenge War of the World. This episode is called Hellraiser. At the Challenge House, teams are sitting together and just discussing the game and some strategies that they need to move forward. I really like Turbo. Something about him, he seems very honest, he seems very kind, and all he wants to do is make Nany proud. So I really like that. I think that's what Nany needs. She really needs this win. I am rooting for them. He seems like an all-around good guy. He is a 2-time winner of Survivor. We find out that Wes now has a little puppet. His name is Hunter. Hi, Hunter. Welcome. I like Wes because I have known Wes since Real World. When I tell you I am a long time watcher of the challenge of Real World Road Rules, back when they were in a trailer and they had to stay there and drive around and do competitions and do, tasks. I'm a diehard. So, with that being said, I love Wes. I have a love-hate relationship with him. I'm always rooting for him, but I always love the competition that he has between Bananas and himself. They have this rivalry that goes back a long time. It's always tit for tat. This time, Wes is already ahead of the game, and he's looking for a puppet. His puppet will now be Hunter. Hunter is the dog, like a chihuahua. That is what Hunter is to Wes. He is nothing more than his lapdog that will fight all the fights for him, while Wes is sitting back, putting his feet up, and not getting his hands dirty. In the end, him and Bananas will go head-to-head, and we'll see who wins this round. We get to the next challenge, and we find out that it's called Arms Are Getting Tired. Each person will be on one side of the car. When TJ says go, you have to pull the rope as fast as you can. Eventually, it will become a tug of war. So you must hold on to that rope as tight as you can for 5 minutes. That sounds crazy. 5 minutes is a really long time. So at the end of 5 minutes, TJ will, with a monster truck, run over the car. Once your car is run over, you drop the rope. He will measure to see who has the longest, who won. Top 3 teams will form what they call now a tribunal. If you are a challenge watcher, then you know that last year it was the Troika, the Trifecta. The top 3 teams will form the tribunal. They will then pick 3 teams to go into elimination. Then TJ says, based on how you ranked the last challenge, you will get to pick your opponent. The vets get the chance to pick their opponents. The 3 that I was really looking at and I was really paying attention to was Polly and Natalie D versus Kyle and Maddie, only because the rivalry between Polly and Kyle, we're going to see that all season long, and it's just good to see 2 guys fight over a girl, one of which is her boyfriend, the other is her ex-boyfriend. It's just hilarious to watch. Also, I took special interest into the Bananas versus Wes. Obviously, I'm sure you already know why. And then the other one that I was really into, Turbo and Nany. Nany is going up against Amanda and Josh. I am a little worried about that because Turbo is on the shorter side and Josh is just a big guy. He's almost as tall as CT, I believe. So his arm length is a lot longer, so meaning he can grab that rope faster. The winners, we find out, Cara and Theo. Theo is surprisingly strong, so look out for him. Cara, I don't even have to worry about her. Boston girl, I'm always rooting for her. Bananas and Morgan won, meaning Bananas beat Wes. And the other surprising one was Amanda and Josh. Like I said, they were going up against Nany and Turbo. I was pretty sad that they won. I'm just annoyed of Amanda. I don't really like her. Her energy is always so negative. She just needs that camera time. The tribunal gets together and they decide what 3 teams they're putting up for elimination. They end up putting up for elimination Zach and Sahida, Hunter and Georgia, and Ashley and Chase. This was really the vets taking over. I did not see any of the prospects really just trying to put in a word or their 2 cents. They were just letting their partners take hold. And I think that might happen for probably half the season, and then hopefully the prospects get a little smarter and start, picking people off, or at least having an opinion on who they want to pick off. Otherwise, these vets are just going to control the entire game, and we're going to have the same people at the finale like we always do. I want to see something different. I'm always rooting for people. I really want, like I said, I want Nany and Turbo to make it. So I don't really want to see the same people that go up. I love the vets and everything. I want to see a fight. I want to see people actually fight and work hard for what they want and not just kind of skim through the season and get away scot-free and just end up in the finale. Once the tribunal picks the 3 teams to be eliminated, each team has to go and speak to the tribunal and basically give them a reason as to why they should not be put up for elimination. Hunter comes in with his tail between his legs and says that he doesn't have any bad blood with anyone. This is a new season. He is here with Georgia. So everything that happened in the past is the past. Bananas is not believing his baloney that he's saying, because obviously who's going to believe that? And he immediately turns into a little kid and gets upset. I think Hunter is too much of a hothead to think logically. He is so quick to react and quick to just get upset that he doesn't understand that sometimes maybe he has to play a better of a political game. He can't just fly under the radar, as so he calls it, because he's not really flying under the radar. He's just making himself look more like an idiot. Zach and Zahida are up, and obviously they're not going up for elimination because Cara and Bananas have anything to do with it. He will not. So he kind of lets Zahida take the reins, talking to the tribunal, and Amanda gets a little butthurt because she was never able to do that with Zach last season. It was always an uphill battle with him, but she was just going about it the wrong way. We see Wes saying the only way if we can't get to Johnny, we need to get to Leroy. Leroy is Johnny's best friend. Leroy is his number 1 pick. So we need to dwindle down his teams. We need to dwindle down his numbers so it's just him and Morgan left at the end, and we can take him down with our numbers. Leroy, however, is sitting on the other side of the wall listening to all of this and gets mad at Hunter because Hunter is agreeing with Wes, and Hunter is going to say, all right, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't understand what Hunter's issue is. Your issue is with Ashley. She stole $500,000 from you. Leroy hasn't done anything. Johnny hasn't done anything. If anything, if we go back to the first time that you guys met, or even all the issues that you guys have had, the issue is that you're upset that he walks around like he is the king because he has won the most challenges of any competitor there is. That is a fact. And you are someone who just wants to prove yourself, but he's not buying it and he's not paying attention to you, and you're upset. This is where the issue comes from. This is where it stems from. It's not something that Johnny has said. It's not something that he has done to you. You are just a little boy that wants to hang out with the cool kids, and you're upset because this season you're by yourself, but you're gonna still go up against Bananas when in fact Ashley is the reason why you are $500,000 poorer. Wes is going to use Hunter as a pawn to play this game of chess and get to Bananas. That is the only thing that he is concerned about. When Hunter goes home, he's not going to be sad about it. If Hunter has to go up for elimination, he's not going to put himself in front of him. They're not friends. Wes is here and playing a political game, and that is all. God, here comes Satan again. Amanda is drunk once again, and this time she goes after Morgan. She says Morgan is a follower. She's the shadow of Bananas. Because Morgan was saying that Ashley and Chase should go in, and Ashley is Amanda's best friend. And instead of going up to Bananas and telling him that he's a bitch and going off on him, she's gonna go off on his partner because she just needs to bully someone. She needs her 5 seconds of fame. She's drunk. She's lonely. Her boyfriend's not here. And she needs attention. Jenna gets involved. And Amanda, here comes Satan. She tells the entire house, including Jenna, that last season when her and Zach got eliminated, he had a Bumble account in Africa. And that he was using it and he was cheating on you. Which, we find out from Zach that, yes, he did have a Bumble account. Yes, he did download it in Africa when he got eliminated, but he did not swipe right. He did not cheat on her. He didn't do any of that. So Amanda is taking something so small and basically just blowing it out of proportion just to get Jenna mad, because Jenna now got involved in the argument and Amanda needs to have the last word. Jenna instantly gets upset because once again, Amanda is embarrassing her for something that she didn't know about. She starts trying to talk to Zach and Zach doesn't want to talk. He's getting upset. She tells him, like, how would you feel if the person you hate is always consistently embarrassing you in front of people? And he's like, I totally understand. I'm sorry. What I don't like is that they're so quick to say, so are we done? Like, are we done? If something so small, especially coming from the source of Amanda, like, Amanda is just someone who is so spiteful and so vindictive. If it's coming from her, are you really gonna believe it? We get into the elimination. We find out elimination section is going to be called the killing floor. Basically, everyone is standing high up, kind of like a coliseum where, people would be sitting up high, or like, the royal people or the people with money and power, they would be sitting up high and they'd be looking down at the fighters. So that's what it's gonna look like. And we also find out that the tribunal, even though that they are teams, each individual player has a vote and their vote counts. So everyone starts voting. It's tied up between Hunter and Georgia and Chase and Ashley. And Josh has to pick and has to decide. And Josh, I don't know what you're doing, dude. You should have gone with Amanda's choice. Amanda picked Zach and Zahida and in her elimination vote. But he went the other way and he totally spinned it around and he picked Hunter and Georgia. So Hunter and Georgia go down and TJ says, all right, you get to pick anyone up there except for those in the tribunal. And in my head, I'm thinking, pick Ashley and Chase. Of course he picks Ashley and Chase. And I'm so excited. Ashley's pissed. I don't really think Ashley wanted to be here this season. She just won. I'm sure she was just here for the views because we knew that Hunter was going to come back. So Ashley was going to come back and that whole revenge and what was going to happen. So they definitely, MTV played it right into what the fans wanted to see Hunter get his revenge on Ashley. We find out that the game that they're playing is called Drone Ball Drop. Basically, there's a drone that's going to be hovering above the killing floor. It's going to drop a ball. Once the ball touches the ground, you guys from either side, girls versus girls and boys versus boys, each on one side, have a basket. They run to the ball as quickly as they can, do whatever they need to do to get to the other side of the basket and score. There are 3 rounds. The team with the most wins, and we find out that the loser is going home. There is no redemption house. There's no joke. You are going home. After 2 rounds, it's 1-1. This is all up to Georgia. If Georgia gets this, they win. And Georgia, who has never liked contact sports, she realizes that the only way she's going to win is if she gets down and dirty when this ball drops. And the ball drops, she runs and grabs it. She pushes Ashley and Georgia runs and dunks it. It was amazing. Honestly, I was in my bed screaming because I could not believe that Georgia had won it for their team. She's automatically nominated for Rookie of the Year this season. I was so happy. Hunter was obviously crying because he beat Ashley. Ashley didn't seem like she was too pressed about it. She mentioned that, she already got the $500,000, so she doesn't care. Honestly, I think that she just wanted to go home. So the fact that she was the first team to go home, bye girl. Hope I don't see you again. Can you take Amanda with you, by the way? Please, take her. Ashley and Chase go home, and TJ then shows us this helmet and says, now we're going to switch things up a bit. This is called a relic, and the show ends. MTV leaves us on a cliffhanger, as always. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode or this review. I would love to hear your comments down below. We'll chat. Hit me up on any of my social media. I'll see you guys next time, as always. Bye, guys. See ya.